Hey guys, I wanted to kind of give you guys a overview of this new setup from previous videos. This truck is the same truck, now it just has a 3.3 in it. And the reason why is because the last 2.5 in the previous videos, basically I ran out of used parts from my collection of old stuff to run a good 2.5, and I've collected a few used 3.3s with a few parts lots that I've bought recently on Marketplace. So I kind of built this thing into a somewhat nice, reliable used engine. And this is the first 3.3 that I have actually had the chance to experience. Now this truck has about 6 gallons on it now, driving, you know, like you see in the videos, so pretty aggressive jumps and whatnot. It has not had any issues. All these parts were used to begin with, but yeah, since I put the 3.3 in last night, or yesterday I guess, and running about a gallon through it today, transmission definitely is showing its weakness. So the forward only gear, I think, just stripped out. Yep. And then I had a grub screw on the input shaft, snap in half. So once I fixed that, I saw the wear and tear on the other gears. But I'd say 6 gallons worth is pretty good running out like I am. So I can't say it's because of the 3.3. I've gone through 2 of these, which twist and stuff. So that's kind of normal. Instead of the differential taking the hit, it's this, which is nice. But yeah, 2 of those snapped. A couple plastic hexes have stripped out. But yeah, ultimately this 3.3 is a monster compared to the 2.5. It makes massive amount of power, instant torque. It, you know, tuning wise, it's just as finicky as a 2.5. Has the same carburetor, so eventually I'll most likely get that OS carburetor or the Nova Rossi, just so I have a more consistent tune across the tank and across different throttle percentages. But yeah, you guys can see it was tuned pretty good, and it has a shitload of power. For a short chassis, it definitely makes it fun, where it wheelies, you know, quite a bit, and it makes it feel faster than what it is. But yeah, 3.3 makes a lot of mid-range power. It doesn't like to rev out as high as the 2.5, and if it does, it heats up pretty quick. I had this thing up to 320 because I was more or less, you know, driving it or expecting it to rev out like a 2.5, and I had to richen it up, and it makes its power more in the mid-range. So you set your shift point according to that, and you don't let it shift as late as what a 2.5 would. So this thing uses its torque more than anything else. Once it shifts in second, it just goes. You know, the top speed is pretty incredible, and it just pulls it no problem. So yep, everything is the same other than the engine. So it's pretty good one-on-one comparison between the 2.5 and the 3.3, and you know, it's just it's extra power, and I believe that, you know, the 50% extra dyno sheet or whatever, you know, Traxxas has out to compare the 2.5 and the 3.3 is pretty realistic. Stock for stock, everything, you know. I don't know what a modified 2.5 would be compared to this stock 3.3, but It's a lot of power for this setup. Definitely wouldn't want any more power. It's, you know, it flies. So hopefully it's as reliable and I don't blow up a rod like I've seen in the videos or in comments and stuff, but we'll find out. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoy the content. I'll have a Revo up on this channel in the future. Short chassis Revo. I haven't ever experienced a short chassis Revo, so I got enough parts to build a short chassis Revo, and I'll compare it directly with a short chassis T-Max, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's about it.